Today's session is the first of the two-part series on financial planning. We are thrilled to have finance experts Meena Pednekar and Meera Ranganathan, who will share their insights on key areas of financial planning. Throughout this session, we aim to empower you with necessary tools and knowledge to take control of your finances, make informed decisions, and create a solid financial plan tailored to your unique goals and aspirations. By implementing these strategies, you will be better equipped to face any financial challenges that come your way. About Wiki, a national business chamber for women, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry Wiki boosts and builds women's entrepreneurship and businesses through greater engagement with government, institutions, global trade, and networks. Wiki Life and Career Development works towards empowering women to find their path to success in life and career. About the speakers, Meera Ranganathan is a finance professional having 30 plus years of industry experience. Meena Pednekar is a finance expert with over 3 decades of capital market expertise and significant experience in operations, product development, new business launch, digital transformation, and compliance in the financial services space. So let's begin today's session by asking Meera. Meera, why do we need financial planning?
Can I request you to start video, Devika?
Yeah, I have asked Kavita to switch on the video. I think there's something in the settings that she'll have to allow the video. Yeah. In the meantime, I will just start while we are waiting for the video. Thank you, Devika, for that introduction. And so what is the need for financial planning? We have been having a series of lectures, webinars over the past few weeks where we have handled various aspects of financial planning. And today we are actually looking in today's episode, we'll be looking all around at what is financial planning and how to actually go about the process of financial planning. So why do we need financial planning? It is very essential because it will help us get financial security and help us lead a stress-free life. And so that we do not have to think about money all the time. How is it? Because if we are initially planning what we want to do with our money, how we want to take care of it, how we want to grow it, and how it is going to help us, we do not have to obsess about it all the time, and we can lead a stress-free life and wonder and not think about it all the time. So how is that possible? Let us just look at that. One is that we all are doing investments. We start off as soon as we start off with, say, some fixed deposits. I think we start off with that and some insurance policies, everything. So what does financial planning actually do? It streamlines our investments and filters out unnecessary financial products so that we go as per our plan and as per our whatever we have decided that is required for us, and not subscribe to every product that comes along our way. And so then our entire portfolio is totally structured. And thus we are able to build our nest egg with a proper allocation for our needs as well as our desires. What are needs? Needs are something that I need to have. That is like something which cannot be compromised on. Something like our children's education. That cannot be compromised on. Similarly, when we are looking at retirement planning, that cannot be compromised on, because today as the lifespan gets longer and longer, we can expect to live up to 80 and 90 years. We will have 30 or 40 years post-retirement. We have to plan how we are going to have money for all that period of time. And desires are something which we want to have. They are our luxuries, so to say. So like, say for example, like I want to travel. I want to go and visit all the countries in Europe. I want to go to Australia, USA. All these are my desires. What is our priority is, first, I will allocate all my the funds towards my needs and then further towards our desires. And again, towards our short-term goals and long-term goals, that is what I need immediately and long-term, which is required afterwards. So that when we are planning, when we are investing, we plan accordingly. That what needs to come immediately, we will allocate a suitable financial product for short-term and a suitable financial product for long-term. And again, then next is the asset allocation. You must have all heard the phrase that you do not put all your eggs in one basket. You will have to see that you are allocating your funds to various different types of assets. Something like you will have fixed deposits, then you have shares, equity, yeah, uh, fixed income instruments, then growth products like equity, mutual fund, etc. And then you have gold, you have real estate, you can buy flats, etc. So then you are doing a proper allocation as is required in your financial planning across all these products. And managing cash flows. So you might think that, yeah, I'm getting a monthly salary, so what do I need to do about cash flows? It's not so. If you need to have money, there's some illness in the family or something, there's an accident, etc., then you need to have adequate funds at that point of time. Similarly, when you want to travel, you need to have adequate funds at that point of time. Today, if you want to go to travel abroad, you need to have anywhere between 4 to 5 lakhs per person itself. So you cannot decide at that time that you want to do it. You need to have adequate planning for that. Education of children. At every stage, you need to have adequate funds. Even when they are joining KG itself, you require a lot. And then college and then future, higher education, you need a lot more funds. So again, travel, retirement, as I said, where you are not getting a salary, you need to have monthly inflows of funds. And then, of course, adequate insurance cover. We have already discussed this in one of our earlier episodes. What is adequate insurance cover? I know everybody has taken insurance as part of their tax planning at the word go, but is it adequate? Is it sufficient for your requirements? That is something which you have to do. And finally, what does financial planning do? It achieves growth with safety as per your risk appetite and needs of the particular individual. One thing I want to stress over here is no one becomes rich by investing in fixed deposits. You need to invest properly and you need to invest in equity, but plan it properly and do it. Only then you will see growth in your portfolio. And growth is very essential because you have something called inflation to be looked at. So you need, and again, if you have 10 houses, you're not going to have liquidity when you require. So then all these things are taken care of by your financial planning. So these are the requirements. These are somewhat in brief what is the requirement of financial plan. I hope this answers your query.
Yeah, I'm very happy to know that you support early retirement and you are giving us options for early retirement. So yeah, thank you so much. But yes, so coming after knowing the basics of financial planning, I would like to know that what are the key factors to consider while you are into this field of financial planning? What are the key factors?
Yeah, so what are the factors which affect financial planning? Let us look at that. So there are some micro parameters and some macro parameters. What are micro? If I am the investor for whom we are doing the financial planning, about me, what is about me and my family? That is, what is the age of the individual? What is the current financial status? Who are the people in the family? How many people are there? And, at what stage are they? Like, if you have aged parents, then you will have their health requirements to look after. Then your own, now people who are in the middle age, they will have to look at, normally they want to start traveling everywhere and whatever other. And then they have their own children to look after their education, probably marriage, whatever, lavish marriage or whatever it is that they're looking at. So how many dependents are there, the number of dependents and their requirements, all that has to be looked at. And various events in the life, that one, birth, death, marriage, illness, education, etc. These also impact your financial planning. And what is the risk appetite of that person? That affects a lot. So if a person is ready to take a lot of risk, then accordingly, and of course age related also affects the risk appetite. Propensity to do charity. Suppose somebody wants to donate a lot, then you need to have adequate funds to donate. You have to have, it's like they say in the flight, put on your oxygen mask before you help others. If I am not financially strong, how will I help the other person? So it's not that I'm greedy and selfish. I want to help others, but I should take care of myself first. And for any financial planning, you need to ensure that you do not have a leaky bucket. If you have one leaky tap, the entire tank can become empty. How many ever times you fill the tank, it doesn't matter because your tank is going to get empty. So then what are your leaky buckets in financial planning? Your leaky buckets could become in two forms. One is your expenditure and two is your debt. So expenditure should be you cut your cloth according to your needs. You don't simply say that I want all the cloth in the world and like that. So then according to what you have to look at it. And similarly, your debt. Debt is can be a really good tool of financial planning because it helps us get. Suppose I want to buy a house, it helps me get. But then at the same time, if I do not handle my debt well, it can become a leaky bucket. How can it become? Because if I don't pay my thing on time, then I'll have to end up paying penalty on penalty. It's atrocious. The percentage of interest that you end up paying can be really high. Similarly, what happens when you don't pay? Your credit score gets stopped. And once your credit score is off, they start charging you a higher rate of interest. So next time I go for this one, my rate of interest itself goes higher. So if I am keeping my credit score low, then my income, interest is also lesser. So then it actually results in saving. Similarly, you have all these freebies. Like, people can actually buy tickets and go abroad using the points that they earn out of using the credit card. So credit card can actually become an instrument of financial planning. So these are some of the micro parameters that affect your financial planning. Macro parameters, of course, inflation. Now today, if I say 50,000 rupees is sufficient for my day-to-day requirements, another 2 years down the line, do you think that 50,000 will be sufficient? No. So you need to take into account inflation at an average of say 7 or 8% should be reasonable. So that you say that, okay, if I live with the same lifestyle as today, then what will be my requirement 10 years down the line? That is how you measure what is the amount that you require. Similarly, the economic growth of the country. If the country is in recession, then you have to plan differently. If it is growing like anything leaps and bounds, you can really plan with a lot of positivity. Similarly, if there are disturbances, there's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. Immediately, oil prices went up all over the world and inflation zoomed. So then all these factors can also affect your financial planning. So you have both micro and macro parameters which can affect and which we need to actually consider when we are planning. I think that sort of sums it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Meera. So now coming over to Meena, I would like to know what are the few important investment options and their associated risks.
Yeah, hi. Thanks so much for inviting me. Meera has given a roadmap as what are those do's and don'ts you should do. But when you are actually starting the financial planning, uh, what is the first product comes to your mind? Can you tell me?
First investment, as when I was growing up in the 90s, the first investment product that I've heard of was fixed deposit.
Okay. Yeah, but when we are doing a holistic financial planning, the first product you should look at is, according to me, the insurance, and that too a health insurance. Because in today's world, it could be really another leaky bucket if you really fall sick, and all your savings will get wiped out. So the first product which I will suggest to everybody to ensure that they have enough health insurance, and then either it could be from your organization or you can take it on your own. It is very easy to take online. And then next product is your definitely, if you are an earning member, then you should be insured. Your life should be insured enough so that in case of some fatalities, your family is taken care of. So this is all about insurance, because we already have one more session already recorded. You can refer that. The next product, there are various products depending on your need. You can use them, like as you said rightly, that fixed deposit is the first product. So saving bank account itself, where you can keep your liquidity. Then next is your fixed deposits, bonds. There are various corporate bonds also available, like Bajaj, Shriram, and REC, PFC, public sector units also are issuing. So bonds are there, where it is a low risk product, where you are not taking risk and you are earning enough to cover your inflation. That's all. It will not beat the inflation. But however, when you have a long term goal like your education of your children or your own retirement, or you want to travel, maybe when you retire, early retirement, as you said rightly, when you want to travel and you have that goal in mind and you have more than 5 years in your hand, then I will suggest there are various other products which are equity linked products. You can go to the mutual funds, where you have various products like balance funds, equity funds, diversified funds, large cap funds. So these are the products which will be little higher on the risk, but however the returns are also high. Like for example, if you invest in short term FD, you get 5 to 6%, and long term FD or bond, you get 8%, which is just beating the inflation. But if you invest in mutual fund or equity linked products, you might get somewhere between 10 to 15% depending on the risk appetite you are taken and the time you have spent with that. It is the time value of that investment is far better. So there you can assign your goals of your long term. And if you're another product which our ancestors loved, can you tell me which is that product? Yes, Meera? Or you can tell, yeah. Gold, correct? So everybody loved gold. So physical gold is little tedious to manage. So there are a lot of digital gold products available, like ETFs. Gold ETFs are available. Then you have gold. Sovereign gold bond is a very beautiful product issued by Government of India, which is available on any broking platform. You can buy, or you can also invest as and when the issue comes up. So far, they have come out with 64 issues in last 5 years, and wherein the money gets redeemed after 8 years. But whatever investment today, suppose you invest 10,000 today, that will give you the value of gold after 8 years. So, and it is tax free. So that's the beauty of this product. So if you invest directly through the issue, so it is, and on the top of it, government is giving you 2%, 2.5% interest also on that investment, because government is saving on foreign exchange and you are saving on customs duty and everything. So it is a win-win situation. So it is gold, maybe 20% of your investment can get into the gold. That is a thumb rule. And for equity, they say whatever is your age, you might 100 minus your age is the percentage of equity you can invest. Okay. And next is retirement. That is the biggest worry of Government of India also today, how people are going to retire and how they're going to have their life secured. So for that, government has also come out with so many products. Like one is Provident Fund, and if you are not in organized sector, then Public Provident Fund is available, where 8% returns you get on an average. 8% returns you are getting. Then it has a 15 years of lock-in for Public Provident Fund. And then you have another very beautiful product, which is equity linked also. That is the new pension system. So NPS is a product issued by PFRDA, government agency, and it is monitored by them very closely and managed by various mutual fund houses, wherein you can invest into equity linked product, and on the age of earliest is 60, you can take the pension, or you can extend it till 65. Suppose you feel that you're still working or you're having some other earning, you want to still remain invested, you can still remain invested till the age 65, 70, and then take the pension. So whatever money is accumulated in the account gets converted into the pension. So we spoke about insurance, mutual funds, and we spoke about fixed deposits, corporate bonds, and gold. But when you are doing corporate bonds, please check the rating issued by the rating agencies. So AAA rating is supposed to be safe rating. So we can look at the rating and invest. And nowadays, advantage is you have one demat account, you can buy everything in that, including corporate bonds and including gold. Everything can come under that demat account. So you have all your products under one account. Other than cash, how you have your bank account, you can have your demat account and have all your investments into that demat account, so that it is easier for your, we had covered in nomination that it will be easier for you to transfer your wealth after when you are not there easily to your nominees, because there's no papers to be searched, no documents to be searched. So that way you can keep. So these are the various products.
Thank you. Thank you, Meena, for giving the detailed brief. And a message for all the audience members. You can send in your questions in the Q&A section. We will be asking the questions in the Q&A round. So please send in your questions. And so coming to the next query that I have about financial planning is, as a beginner, what are the key points to remember for successful financial planning?
Yeah, to start with your financial planning, you have to take a holistic look on what is your cash flow, how you're placed, what is your income, what is your expenses, are you serving any debt like any housing loan. So that all you should take care of first, and then whatever is the balance, from that balance money again you should see what is that money I need for short term. Like suppose you have 1 lakh salary and you're spending 50,000, 60,000, and 40,000 is left with you. But that 40,000 also you have to divide in 2-3 parts. Like what is my short term requirement? Maybe I want to keep 10,000 rupees for 10% of my income for any exigencies which come in the family or for myself, and balance money I can invest for a longer term. So depending on their various products I explained, like a mutual fund also has liquid funds. Like a saving bank, you can put money, that short term money, which is needed at any point of time. On the fly you need that money, you can keep it in the liquid funds. And there are up to 50,000 instant withdrawal is available in mutual fund. If you have a digital account through which you are invested in mutual fund, you can instantaneously, as in you withdraw money from your GPay, same way you just have to, on a click of a button, you can withdraw up to 50,000. So such facilities are available for short term. Then you have to, while planning, you have to plan, as I said, insurance. So are you covered? Your health insurance is covered or not for you and your family, correct? And after that, your life insurance. And after that, whatever money is left, you have to assign to various goals and accordingly invest. Like suppose you want to invest for 5 years and more period, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, then you can have little higher risk products like mutual funds and all. Direct equity, I will not immediately suggest for the beginner, because you have no idea, and then somebody is telling you to buy, somebody is telling you to sell the security, so it is not worth taking so much of risk. So rather than that, there are very well managed mutual funds, and if you go onto the sites like valueresearch.com, you get to see who is performing better, what is their rank, how many stars they have got. Suppose it's a 5-star product given, and the risk parameter is also displayed. So based on that, you should invest into multiple products and spread, as Meera rightly said in the beginning, that don't put all eggs in the same basket. Don't keep it, like some people have kept money in the cooperative banks, and then suddenly the bank went bust. It happened recently. So that is why you shouldn't keep all your money at the same place. So spread it across to insurance, mutual fund, fixed deposits, saving account for your retirement. Keep it in the PPF, NPS. So you have to spread across maybe the small portions you should divide. And then having a discipline is very important for any beginner also. You have to have discipline while spending money. Budget it, saying this is my budget, and spend within that budget, so that you can plan your investments well, is what I will say. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. That is a lot of valuable information that you have given, Meena.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have an audience question. How can we invest in bonds?
Bonds are available on the platform. Suppose you have any bank account, and through that bank account, suppose you have a broking account. In that broking account, they will have a section called bonds, and there you can buy bonds through that. There are government bonds and corporate bonds available. As and when the IPO issue comes, you can buy these issues through IPOs from your demat account, demat cum broking account. You can buy.
Very good. So, audience members, if you have any other questions, please send it in the Q&A section, as we are approaching towards the end of the session. and we'll have the second part of this episode of financial planning next Saturday. So if you have any queries, we'll wait for your questions. Yeah, but I must say that it has been a very insightful session. And like I said, my knowledge was only limited to, like, the initial set of investment was only fixed deposit, and now you have given me so many avenues. I think I can start investing and retire early. I will also enjoy my life and travel around.
Yeah. Most of the people, if you look at their dreams, is like they want to retire early, they want to travel the world. So all those goals we can assign and start small, no problem. Like, and it is always said that if you can, afford a car, so then you go by public transport, and if you can afford a public transport, then go buy a cycle and save that money, for your future. Correct?
Yeah, that's a wonderful advice, because I think I have been investing from a young age, and I think I have reaped the benefits of financial planning and investment from an early age. So I guess if people want to become financial, they want to achieve financial freedom. I think this is something, these
Yeah.
are the tips you must take care of.
Mm.
So I don't think so we have any more questions right now. So I would like to wrap up the session. So thank you, Meera and Meena, for sharing valuable insights about
Yeah.
financial planning. I'm sure the audience has got few tips that they can implement to realize the value of their money. In the next episode, we will be discussing about various goals of financial planning and how to plan for each goal.
Correct.
We have another question. Is it advisable to take a single term insurance with one insurance, that is a 1 crore company, or to take with two or three insurance company by splitting the cover, 50 lakh with one and 50 lakh with another one?
Meera, you want to take this question?
Actually, it's okay. You can actually have it with a single person also. It doesn't matter. Today, what we need to look at is the financial security of that insurance company. All the insurance companies that we have today are really sound. So I don't see it should be an issue, and it is also an ease of access, because once you are with a company, it's easier to access rather than go to multiple insurance companies. I think you would be better off with a single.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It doesn't matter actually,
Yeah, it
unless
doesn't.
suppose you have initially taken 50 lakh and you want to take another 50 lakh, and that time you get a better deal from
A
other
top.
companies.
Yeah, if you're
Then
looking at a top up and you have something, those options, then you might look at somebody else because they might be giving a top up. I agree.
otherwise, if you're taking it the single time, there's no need to divide. But if you are getting a better deal later on, suppose initially you are taken from LIC and later on you want to take from HDFC, so and you're getting a better deal, then you can go for the better deal.
Yeah, very nice. So I guess the audience is, I think, a little bit knowledgeable about how to gain and achieve financial freedom. And thank you once again to the two of you for sparing time on a weekend
Yeah,
and sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you,
if
Roger.
you want to know more about what Wiki Life and Career Council does, please send us your queries at wikilifeandcareer@gmail.com. We will be live next Saturday, same time at 4 o'clock. Please stay tuned and follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram, and you will receive updates about